All right, let's go episode 3. We are back at Mosquito, and we are going to check out the cafe here. So we could, if we really go for the roach, if we really try to make a play for the roach, we have a really nice cafe order with lots of time left, but we're going to have to get a bunch of them big size, so we'll see. Right now is rough time though. Oh man, let's try to get this rough order. It's 144. It's going to be tight. It's going to be tough, but let's give it a try. All right, we know that we were getting them. I just don't know. There could totally be other spots. We know that we were getting them out here. I need to find where those 24 hooks are. We might need the 20 as well. Didn't I have 2 24 hooks or no? Maybe we only got 1. All right, 24 with worm. Let's take that clip off. So last time we did this, we were just kind of casting them straight out here. Pretty far, but not too far. Yeah, we need to make some more roach mix, by the way. Let's try bloodworms. I think we were catching them on bloodworms too. Let's just see if we can get these. Now, the hard part is I don't know if we can get these on float. I just don't know if we can. I don't know if we can, but let's try. All right, so we're going to start off going for rough. If it looks like we can hit the rough, we'll go for it. If it doesn't, we can always switch to Crucian Gibble. Yeah, that's a rough. We can always switch to Crucian Gibble. And once it is roach time, or daylight, about 7, 8 a.m. probably, we want to transition to roach. One of the reasons why we're wanting to focus on roach is because we still need a common roach weighing at least 700 grams here on Mosquito. So that feels like something we can probably do here. And I'll go ahead and look while we're waiting on what some of the recommendations are. So this is what, 1, 2. So one recommendation is 5384, which is actually just, let me see. Is that, it's just out here, huh? Oh, it's here. Yeah, 5380. No, that's 5387. Oh, 5384 is right here. So maybe we try roach here. Let's test it. Let's test that theory. Let's see if it's still good just right off the dock. A lot of times fishing right off the dock really is very good. And then we could float fish sort of right on the side or something. That could be good. We'll try that, see if we can get some decent rough. Sorry, roach. We do need to make some more roach ground bait. So we'll see how that goes. All right, rough are slowing down. Not slowing down, but we're just not catching as many as I hoped we would. If this is a second rough on worm, we might switch bloodworm to worm. It'd be so cool if we caught one on float too. We want a second 24 hook just as soon as we can get one. If we're going to go for these rough orders. It's just so critical. All right, let's see what this is. Too big to be a rough, I think. Yeah. 13.8 float. All right, let's see. Is this another one? That looks more like a white bream, actually. That is a white bream. Longest cast, 22.5 meters. All right, first fish on bloodworm. Let's see what it is. Still getting a nibble. So, I don't know. Not looking like a rough order, at least this first night. All right, there's a little bounce to it. It's moving a little bit. Okay, that's getting pretty aggressive. There we go. Ooh, it's a decent sized fish. Definitely not a rough. Another crucian. We'll take it. 14% float. Yeah, so it's just not happening on the 20 hook, which is fine. Man. I think this might be a rough. It's amazing how poorly the bloodworm is doing. Oh, it's another white bream. Okay. Well, sometimes we have the little white bream order too. Do we still not have a fish on here? All right, let's just switch this to worm. Is there a big crucian order that we're saving for? Because if there's not, then we go ahead and sell these crucian and get another 24 hook real quick. All right, that's a small crucian order. We wouldn't do those. So no, we can sell these two crucians. That one and that one. Gives us 3.82 silver, which is enough to get our hook. There's like all kinds of reasons why it's worth getting another 24 hook. I mean, it would be worth getting a third one. But for now, especially getting a second one totally makes sense. Okay. If that's a roach, then we're going to say it is time. All right. So this is what we're going to try. A couple things here. I need to make some better roach mix. We'll put this on for now. We're going to use our size 6 hook and caddis fly. We're going to try 8 clip just right here off the dock. Might not have quite gone as far as I wanted it to. All right, we got a decent sized fish off the worm here. Man, I think whatever this is was pulling our line there because our friction brake was a little low. It's a decent sized perch. Take that. All right, so this one we want same kind of thing. Roach mix. What's the largest hook we have? 14. And until we get a bigger hook, I'm just going to do worm. We'll just catch whatever it catches. We want another size 6 hook probably to really try to go for this, I would say. Okay, and what do we want to have during the day here on the float? I don't want to put my nicest hook on there actually. Let's do an 18 hook, and in general, I feel like worm does pretty good during the day. Let's start off with worm. Let's go down to 1 meter depth, and let's just kind of evaluate how this seems to be doing. This combination of stuff here. So that size 6 might be a pretty slow bite rate, but I think that's the one that has the best chance of hitting a roach big enough for the challenge. All right, so catching perch on worm, that makes sense. Let's go check and see, do we have a perch order that makes this worthwhile? If not, maybe we switch to another bait, because we are going to catch a lot of perch during the day on worm. Okay, just that one. So we need 3 more perch and we can hit that order. That's nice. That is nice. I wanted to pick up some more ground crackers. 1, 2, and then bloodworm. I think it's bloodworm that's in roach ground bait. There's our, okay, 1 more perch, and I think, no, 2 more perch, and we've got that order. All right, so first fish on caddisfly with the size 6 hook is a roach. 4.3 roach. Okay, you gotta love that. And just as a reminder, we want it to be 700 grams. All right, let's make some more roach ground bait. This should be at least 7 out of 10 quality. 9 out of 10. So that's the whole reason why we put those points into ground bait, so we could start getting hits like that. All right. So a couple baits we want to look at the price of. Caddisfly. Is caddisfly cheap enough that we could just start throwing it on all of our lines for these roach and not worry about the cost? Or is it a little bit pricier bait? $8.50 for 3. I mean, that's still pretty cheap, but all right, let's get some maggots once we can afford it. And then fly. I wanted to see what the fly situation is. Yeah, so right now you have to buy 600 fly. Okay. Stock issues, and it won't be any better at winding, and that's just because there's so many people doing these challenges, and flies are just really good bait options for the bleak. And you have to catch so many fish off insects and stuff, so that is a bit of an issue. I could send some flies to this leveling account from my main account, but I guess that kind of feels like cheating, so maybe we just deal with it and hope that at Oldberg or whatever next map Belaya, maybe somewhere they're in a little bit better stock. All right, there's a Chinese sleeper. Like to see that. So that was on worm. All the different things we can catch on worm here. So for now, we'll stick with it. 1, 2, 3. We need 2 perch. All right, this has a chance of being another decent roach. And we'll throw on the higher quality roach ground bait, I think. Gibble, 14.6 on float fishing. Another nice roach, 296. You know, we're slowly but surely making silver on roach, even though we're not, it's not looking like that cafe order is realistic. All right, 7 species using float tackle. So we actually did finish a task here. Love it. Oh, isn't there something we're supposed to do with bloodworms? All right, there's another perch, by the way. Is one of the challenges catch so many different species on bloodworms? Maybe not. Did I just completely make that up? I don't see it. I don't know why I thought there was one that had to do with bloodworms. Ooh. This has a chance, folks. Clearly that is getting there. Oh, I still haven't switched to the good ground bait. Am I right that the roach order was like 750 in terms of grams? Whew. Yeah, we're not hitting that on our current gear, it doesn't look like. I wanted to look at the roach though. We've got 5.5 silver in roach right now. So it is adding up. Roach are not worth a ton at the size we're catching them, but it's adding up a little bit. Do we have any points? Yeah, we've got 3 points. Let's just put some points in the feeder rod. So as a refresher, so far we've now put points in fishing with a feeder rod. We've put points in harvesting baits, but just 2. And we've put points in making ground bait, but just 3. Those are where our points are at the moment. Wow, that thing took off. Okay, it's another decent one. Got a chance. 443. Somebody's got a trophy Chinese sleeper. That was close. That is a trophy gibble carp, ladies and gentlemen. So we did two challenges here. A fish weighing at least 1 kilo and a trophy crucian or gibble. And then 6 tasks, 5 types of fish on telly, 5 fish using 5 different types of bait, 10 types of fish, 15 types of fish, 15 types of trophy fish. So those are the regular challenges. And we hit level 10. So that means we get mayfly larva, another incredible bait, by the way. Love it. And that was just caught on worm. Just caught on worm. Wow, that was amazing. What a nice catch that it was. By the way, about 10 silver. Actually 17.4 silver. Okay, it's a nice trophy. Let's see. Do we have anything? No. I don't think we're going to be able to do the... we need 1 perch, 2 sleepers, but they need to be small, and a couple more small gibbles. So we're not really headed towards any like lucrative cafe orders at the moment, but if we get any, it'll just be a bonus. Perfect timing. There's one of our sleepers, 15.4. So everything we're catching right now is qualifying for like regular tasks. Like if you go to telescopic rod, I mean, these are the tasks we're doing, right? So those are different than the New Year's challenge. It does feel like this spot has a reasonable chance of hitting that common roach one. We just haven't hit it yet. There's another sleeper, 15.6 now on the float fishing. Pretty amazing. I just thought of something else that we could look into that could help the quality of fish just a little bit. Not only remembering to put on the better ground bait, which, by the way, at this point we've got 7 left. I'm just going to use up this stack. 9.7% on bottom fishing. We're doing great leveling up our fish types. But the other thing we could look into is when to put a feeder leader on. You definitely, you know, can help things out a little bit when you put that feeder leader. Now, I know we want to get the shovel. We want to buy the shovel, and we want to keep going with all of that, but not the terrible idea to go ahead and think about getting some leaders, if they have any that make sense for our gear. I don't think leaders make as much of a difference here at Mosquito. I think once you get into like cautious, like maybe when you start bream fishing, having fluorocarbon line feels like it becomes a little bit more important. So like one way to do that is with leaders. All right, so these are feeder leaders. We definitely want the fluorocarbon style. They do have 3.2 in. I think that's actually perfect for us. And then 6.4 later on down the line is pretty good for bream. So they've got some leaders in stock that we could look at. Again, we just have to cash out some fish if we want to spend the money. 673 is the largest roach we've had so far. I don't know. I just feel like we need to stop making excuses and buy that shovel. That's $4.95. Do we have any cafe orders that are rolling off soon? We're catching some good fish, so there's a reasonable chance if one rolls off that we would then... okay, we could do that. Probably worth it. 42. We got some time though. Okay, so this perch rolls off soon. We need to get that other perch, is what I'm saying. This bleak order does roll off. That's probably the next one to roll off in just under 6 hours. All right, we need to get that perch order finished. I don't know why we're not hitting perch quite as often. We've suddenly gotten good at catching roach, I guess. All right, I'm going to take the clip off, and I'm going to cast it a little further. I think this is going to catch a perch. That's my theory, at least. Getting it out there a little farther in the little bit deeper area or farther area. I think we'll get a random perch. Finish that cafe order real quick. I was also thinking, although it's getting a little late, we probably won't see another sleeper. Oh, wait, maybe we did. Yeah. Okay, let's wait another second before turning in the sleeper order, because we want to definitely use the smallest ones we have. All right, could this be our perch? I mean, it's a decent one if it's a perch. I think it's our perch. Ooh, man. It is so nice when... This doesn't always happen. But sometimes you can sort of have a good strategy, implement your good strategy, and then the strategy works in RF4. There's still RNG involved and all that, but sometimes it just works. And I like it when that happens. So you can imagine, I mean, we're doing some float fishing here, keeping that going. But we would be doing just as well, if not better, if we had 3 feeder rods. It also allows me in my sort of frantic nature to be able to run around and not have to be standing in one place waiting for the float to go under. Let's go turn that perch order in. I also think we can go ahead and turn the Chinese sleeper order in. All right, so there's 10 silver. Wait. There's another 8 silver. Suddenly we're at 18 silver. Oh, we're 2 crucian carp away from that. Couple gibbles away. So we could change, now that it's a little later, maybe we change to bread. And yeah, I kind of like this idea. It's a nice Chinese sleeper. I mean, we're doing really well on worm, to be fair. But let's see if we can finish off a couple of these easy crucian gibble orders. More random perch. All right, I'm gonna go to bread on these other 2. We're gonna keep roach on tier 1 because we're still trying to get that. All right, how much do we need for the shovel? Because we want to buy that as soon as we're able, and start digging. So 38. So we need 20 more silver. We're probably almost there with if we sold that trophy. Let's see if this switched species. Oh yeah. Now that's a nice crucian. We were definitely expecting to get some that are smaller than that, but that's a good one. All right, so as you can see, you start getting these cafe orders coming in. Start getting some more silver pretty quick. We're also making progress. I mean, I think we just keep going, trying to hit this common roach. We'll hit it eventually. We may need to try a different spot eventually, but for now I think we're good. That's another decent one. Man, these crucians, they are liking the rain. 17% float and really nice size crucians. Let's see what's on this, on the bread. Ooh, also a nice crucian. Oh my goodness. Wow. All right, so what are those 3 crucians worth? We just caught 3 crucians, all decent size. Yeah, that's 7. That's almost 8 silver in like seconds right there. That's pretty cool. All right, that's another good one for our order, cafe order. That's a good one for cafe, I think. Definitely. All right, let's go ahead and put on that roach mix. We've switched to the 9 out of 10 roach mix. All right, let's go look and see how we're doing on the crucian. So the key is we want to try to fill this crucian order without using our big boys. So we need 5 of them. I mean, we could do it this way. How much time is left on it? Oh, we're fine. Let's see if we catch another small one in the next couple minutes. Either way, it's fine because we're not using any of the chunky boys. And those are the ones that are worth actual, you know, decent amount of silver. There we go. Perfect. That is perfect. Okay, so we have achieved that. Let's go back to worm here. Probably on both float and feeder. The only thing is if we wanted to go for the gibble, but the gibble one is worth very little. It's 4.5 and we need 2 more. I mean, I guess that could be worth it. All right, so now with the crucian, we can use 5 non-markers, so basically worth nothing, for 8 silver. That's the way we like to do it. And we're getting there on this bleak turning over. It'll be interesting to see what pops then. Maybe a regular roach order. That would be perfect. But if we want to hit that gibble, we might hit the gibble better in this other spot, right? This little spot over the boat. What have we got here? Another sleeper. All right, let's go back to bread. See if we can do this crucian, or gibble one pretty quick. See how slow this has gotten on roach? We're just kind of out of that time of day where the big roach are coming in. And so now this big hook is probably scaring away. Oh, we lost a fish somewhere. Fish got away. I don't know when it happened, but we definitely lost it. There's no bait on there. So that's what happens if a fish is nibbling for long enough. it can eventually just take the bait. You usually get a fish got away message in chat. And I just didn't see it if we did, but hey, this is far enough away. We can throw on the Crucian Gibble ground bait over here. I think ground bait has about a 5-meter spread, and I think we're 10 meters away. I could be wrong, but it's fine. That's ridiculous. So how long has there been no bait on there? We could have been catching roach this whole time, I think. I just assumed they had slowed down, but it looks like instead they stole my bait. Man, fishing is good right now. I mean, we are hitting the fish, although I keep missing. Keep missing it in this one spot. Still not a gibble. It's interesting. We're seeing a lot of crucian right now and very few gibble. But we saw the gibble trophy, actually. One of these roach is just going to be like an 800-gram roach, and we're going to hit it. One of them is going to hit it. Okay, gibble? Nope, crucian. If nothing else, it levels our float fishing. Okay, so we're at 27. We need 11 more silver for the shovel. But then we're going to quickly need to transition to our cooking as well, so that we can keep the energy going. Wow. Gibble? Make sure we still have bait on. Okay, we do still have bait on. Hey, you know what? Sometimes roach actually just sit there. They're one of the fish species. Eyed is another one. By the way, this is about to reset. This is about to reset. Less than an hour. They're one of the species that will just come and eat your bait. Even if they get on the hook, they don't always move. Most fish species, once they hook in, they're like freaking out, taking off. But some of them will just sit there and eat all your bait. Gibble, but it's a big one. All right, maybe we'll start having a few gibble come in. Come on, gibble. Man, we're almost already level 11. So typically you can see the line start to move once the fish is on, but again, with these roach, you don't always get as much of a clue if they're just going to sit there. Oh. Mid-size crucian. $18.5 in float. Hopefully I've already said this, but if you hit the space bar, you pull out that little net. You start off with like a 2-meter net. If you buy the 3-meter in the store, then you automatically have that in your inventory and start using the 3-meter, which is definitely worth doing before you get into any fishing for big stuff. So just when you can afford it, it's worth doing that. It's not super expensive. Yeah, we're one good fish away from hitting level 11. Very small crucian. It's nice having a size 18 hook on that float because it gives us a really good bite rate. We occasionally still get some nice fish on it, but we also are just constantly catching, which means we're leveling up float fishing really fast. Yeah, once again, that's very slow this time of day, it looks like. I think all 3 of our lines have fish on them right now. All right, gibble. And level 11, 18.8. Oh, what did we get? Oh, that's right. Level 11, we got another float rod. Oh, that looks awesome. Holy cow. Is that a big boy one? Oh, this could be it. Not it. All right, does that change? Like, if I could go back, would I not get that that float? I think it's fine. I mean, now we have 2 of them, right? So this is the 5-meter. So they're the exact same one. Let's see. We have 4.8 and 5.2. So a little stronger on this one, but whatever. So now we have 2 very nice telescopic rods. Because we're doing these challenges, it actually probably works out really good because of some of the fish we need to try to get in on float for some of these challenges. We'll see how that goes, but oof. Man, we are catching the fish right now. This has been just solid fishing. It's not on there yet, believe it or not. Any second it's going to be, I think. There it is. Oh, another decent one. At least 500 grams, right? Oh, it's a chub. Never mind. Never mind. All right, let's go look at the gibbles because we need to put that gibble order in. Let's also see what replaced the bleak order in the cafe. Another bleak order? Okay, here's what we want to check. So for these 3 gibble, we can get 4.5 silver, or we can get 4.32 silver. So it's worth holding on. How much time's left? I mean, there's tons of time. How are we doing on that rough order? Just 1. There's only 32 hours. I mean, this is it. We've got to put them in somewhere and actually do it. I just don't know where the rough spot is right now, which is unusual. I usually know the rough spot. I can't tell if it's this one or not. Maybe not. $13.5 on bottom. Oof. 19% on float. We're still doing amazing on float. Okay, so we know we can catch rough straight out here. It seems a little bit slow, but we can do it. All right, these are starting to get smaller because it's getting to be nighttime. What are other roach spots, I mean rough spots that have worked in the past? This one, right? Hasn't this been a kind of a weird rough spot in the past? There's also like one over by camp that sometimes works. Whatever. I'm not going to use ground bait for a second. How deep is it right here? A little more than 1. All right. All right, that's perfect. It's touching bottom. There we go. All right, what did we catch on this? Yes. 5 different fish using feeder rod. Love it. Okay. All right, so what I'm trying to do here, just for fun, is I'm trying to catch a rough on float. We've confirmed that rough are here. Obviously, it'd be more consistent. There's a little perch. More consistent catching them on feeder, I think. But you can get them on float, especially when you've got it at the bottom. But can we have a decent night of rough here and actually do this order? I know we're going to be able to buy the shovel, but I was trying to figure out, can we get the shovel and the cooking stuff in the same go here? All right, something's on something. All right. Oh, this is going to be a roach, I think. Yeah. Decent roach. Oh, there's a fish just sitting there. It's got to be a roach. Yeah. All right, let's see if we can get this one a little bit further out there. Which means we might be able to sink it down a little lower again. Maybe 1.2? I don't know. I mean, mostly it's 1, but obviously a little further from shore, it looks like it's a little bit deeper. Crucian carp. All right, let's go 1.2 and see if that's... Yeah. Roach. Right? Well, we know it's sitting on bottom. Okay. Okay, could be our third. Yep. Could this be a rough? Okay, Chinese sleeper on float. Catch 8 species of fish. We're just missing 1 species. Cool. All right. Let's increase our chances of actually making this happen. I'm putting 24 hook on both. On both the feeders. See if we can get this. Okay. So we have 1, 2, 3 rough. And I think they all qualify. Let's make sure, because if they all qualify, we only need 2 more. Somebody just caught a trophy common roach. Okay. Oh, they don't, because they have to be 50. Okay, never mind. We're not even going for it. This, we're not sure yet. Okay. Okay, so let's go ahead and turn this in. It was slightly better to do it this way by like less than a silver, but we'll go ahead and do that. So that gets it up to 31. We can go ahead and sell our trophy for 17. That puts us way, way above what we needed to get our shovel. Okay, so you buy the shovel, 38 silver. By the way, the next thing we need is the tea kettle, so it's 19 silver. Hold down U like you're assigning a new rod to a slot. And we're going to put the shovel in space 4. And then I hit number 4 and hit left click on the mouse. We dig. And now we're getting our own bait. We just dug up 15 worms. So we were starting to get low on worms, right? More importantly, we got points in harvesting baits. That's what we need to do. But if you see, we also have no energy left. The top bar of the 4 bars is energy. It goes energy, food, health, and then comfort. Comfort goes down typically when it's like raining, that kind of thing. And that's why we need to be able to cook tea, so that we can get our comfort up and also get our energy back. All right, let's just pick these up. I mean, we don't need to be fishing for rough if we're not going for that cafe order. And we're almost done anyway, but let's go. I've got 11 silver. Let's just go ahead and put these in. This is the time of night when the really nice Crucian gibbles can come out. So let's go ahead and put this back on. Let's put the Crucian gibble stuff on there. Let's use our big old 6 hook with bread. And I think it was like a... It was a short clip over here. I'll go 7. I'm not even sure if it was 7. Maybe it was 6 or 7, something like that. And second biggest will be 14 with bread. Make sure it's the Crucian gibble in there. And I'm not going to even worry about putting the float in because we really are going to wrap it up soon. Okay, let's one more time confirm that there's nothing else we think we're waiting for or even have a chance for on cafe. I think we've done all the cafe damage we can. We're not going for rough. We're not going for new bleak. None of this. We didn't get any roach big enough for that. We certainly did not catch a trophy bream. Okay, so we can sell everything. 54 more silver. We made so much good silver and progress during this session. Really good session, but and we're not done yet. Look at this fat old Crucian. That's awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, so a couple more things we want to buy. We want to get the tea kettle for 19. We want to get, again, hardware store. If you go down to the materials, we need to get matches. It comes with 50, so we just need 1 pack for now. And then some firewood. We'll get 3. This all has to do with crafting, by the way. And then we're going to go to the grocery store and we're going to look up tea. So this comes with 10 portions in it. So we'll just get 10 for now. That'll be a good start. And so each one of those makes 10 portions, or each portion makes a thermos of tea. And then that thermos of tea you can drink out of multiple times. The other option you have that we could also do is we could drink some of this tea. This is actually pretty affordable way of getting tea. I mean, unfortunately, every time you drink it, it's gone. It's just one portion per cup. But I'll show you, because in just a second we'll have enough energy that we can dig again, and then I'll use the tea from the fair, since we haven't crafted any yet, and kind of show how it does slowly bring that energy back up. All right, there's a nice gibble. Ooh, another nice crucian. 15.4% on bottom fishing. Okay, are we high enough to dig? Oh, we got our first red worms. So 11 more worms and 2 red worms. All right, so you see how our energy goes to nothing? If we hold down T and drink our cup of tea, it should slowly come back up a little bit more quickly than just naturally. Our comfort, the 4th bar, is also slightly going up. And I know that seems like it's going up really slowly. It is going up pretty slowly. I don't know if the tea that we craft is any more efficient. It might be the same. But if you're not watching it, it actually does move up pretty quickly. Now, here's the next thing, though. We will not stop with tea. Eventually, we'll also be crafting coffee. It's just out of stock. That's why it looks so expensive. And if we want to, we can craft cocoa as well. So all of these drinks you can drink separately, and they sort of stack to give you more energy. Anything sweet gives you energy as well. So like the chocolate bars will give you energy. So there's multiple ways to gain back energy. And if you stack a couple things together, then you can start getting energy pretty quickly. So that the whole goal here is get energy fast. Even though it costs a little bit of silver, we're getting energy fast because it allows us to dig more quickly. We can almost dig again because the energy's going up. And when we dig again, we get free baits, but more importantly, which those baits turn into fish, which we turn into silver. But more importantly, we level our harvesting baits, right? So here's the deal. This is why all this is so important. All of these things, harvesting baits that we're unlocking, are new baits: pearl barley, oatmeal porridge, sweet dough, wheat grains, semolina, garlic dough, cheese, cottage cheese, pea porridge, bloodworms, which you've already seen from the store. Some of it you have to craft, some of it you can buy from the store. Algae, egg dough, fish pieces, cornmeal, mayfly larvae, honey dough, frogs, fish fillet, bait fish. It goes on, and you get more and more advanced. It basically allows you to target some fish, or really nice size of some fish, the more bait options you have. Because the bait preferences for different fish are changing, and if you only have the bait options from the store and you don't have the ones that you can craft. Okay, I'm at a little bit of a loss here. then you're just at a disadvantage. And, you know, eventually you get to the point of wanting to fish for bream at Old Berg at night. You make some really good silver that way. That's a nice gibble, by the way. Wasn't quite trophy, but it was another nice gibble. And to really successfully fish for bream, you just have to have certain baits. 8 species at night, so there's the chub. That's awesome. That is awesome. All right, so really quickly, let's sell these last couple fish. We almost have enough silver to get our 3rd feeder. So obviously next episode, we'll try to get that 3rd feeder if that's what we want to do, and I'll think about that. Arguably, we don't get another 3rd starter feeder and we move on to the next level since we've got so many nice telescopic rods. I don't know. I'll think about it. So we're up to 48 silver. That's awesome. Okay. We can dig again. We've got enough energy. Might as well dig one more time. We got 11 more worms. We will never need worms again. We had almost run out of them, but now we're back up to 80 from digging. And when we level bait harvesting up higher, we'll start getting more red worms. Eventually we'll be able to get night crawlers, stuff like that. All right, is there anything else we need to do before we sign off? So I have the stuff for cooking. I realize I haven't shown you cooking yet. We're gonna save that for next time. We have the tea kettle, matches, firewood, and we've got the tea to be able to cook the tea. So we will, to boil the tea. We'll do that. Hopefully I'll remember to do that first thing, which just means we'll go like over to the camp, which is where this red tent is, cook the tea, and then we'll start fishing for it. So, okay. That's it. Another good session. This was fun. We really made some good progress. I can't believe we're level 11, which means we're just not very far from at least having the option of going to Old Berg and Belaya. Not that we really want to, because as a quick recap, we still have some significant work to do on our free-to-play New Year's challenges. We've still got to figure out how to get that roach. Chub is probably going to be a little easier to do on winding. 2.5 kilo, we can get a common carp here at Mosquito. In fact, before I forget, let's just grab a few potato pieces, because that's going to probably be one of the easier baits to use, and it's very cheap. We actually could craft it, right? But they're very cheap, so let's just get a few before I forget. So we're going to do that one. We need to go to winding and get, I think 1 kilo perch is just going to be a little easier at winding. I could be wrong though. We'll think about that one. Bream will be here at Mosquito one night. Wide eye. We're starting to get into what we need red worms for. Wide eye, white bream, eyed. Tench, probably easier back here at Mosquito. Pike, I ended up doing it winding on my main account. Blue bream, oh, nightmares. Red worm at winding. Nace on float. And then get just any trophy, and yeah, we'll do that eventually. Okay, so we've still got some work to do, but we have made some really good progress in a short amount of time. Okay. Tight lines, everybody. Thanks for watching. So nice for you to support me by watching these videos. I hope they've been helpful or at least entertaining. See you next time.